We got the stoppage. So, we're here live real time. We got some things to talk about. Please subscribe. We'll be right back.
I feel like Gamboa never saw the uppercut the whole fight. That was the most dangerous shot Davis was throwing all night, and it landed a lot when he did use it. And of course, fitting that he ended on that shot.
Wasn't the easiest fight, but at the end, Davis smokes Gamboa like a Cuban cigar, drops him for the third and final time of the fight. Successful at 135 pounds.
It would have been a bad look if he would have went the distance with Gamboa. It's already a bad look that he moved up to 135 pounds. His first fight at 135 pounds officially, and to campaign at 135, and he misses weight on the first try by, 1.2 pounds? 12th round knockout by Gervonta Tank Davis, 25 years old, now the new WBA world champion at 135 pounds. And Paulie Malignaggi and the Showtime crew were very critical of him. For one, like I said, it was a bad look yesterday. By the way, shout out to that crowd of 14,000 plus that showed up in Atlanta for Tank Davis. They're saying he lives down there now. Dude is good, but what the fuck? And for this year to be the way it is, for this year to be the year it was for him, with 3 fights, starting off with who? Hugo Ruiz, Ricardo Nunez, and Yuriorkis Gamboa. Remember that Nunez fight was supposed to be Gamboa first, correct? 3 fights this year after a pretty stagnant 2018 with just 1 fight against Cuellar, which was a significant fight at that point in time. 2019 has got to be big for him. 2020 has got to be big for him. You know what I was thinking? If they're really trying to build him up to fight Loma on pay-per-view in 2020, because there's been some preliminary talks, that's the rumors. Even Lomachenko went as far as to call Tank Davis out on ESPN during Teofimo Lopez versus Richard Comey, or Comey versus Lopez card on the undercard of Crawford versus Kavaliauskas. We already see that Wilder versus Fury 2 is happening. So we know that networks can work together to make fights happen. And 2020 has to be a big year for Tank Davis. He just turned 25 last month. But right now, Paulie Malignaggi was right. In my opinion, especially like when I was looking at the whole shoot incident, and what was that, in the first round or so, when Yuriorkis Gamboa got knocked down? And something was going on with his shoe, and it looked like it was something going on with his leg because he was stepping back funny when it was a great give out. But no, he wasn't hurt, unless he tries to say he was. It didn't look like he was hurt. But what it looked like, he put his whole soul in that. But what it looked like is that like the shoe, like the heel or something had it was fucked up. I was just making sure the dog wasn't over here. So Gamboa, in between rounds, looking like he didn't want to go back out there. But Jack Reese, the referee, was like, nah, fuck that shit. Time out. I don't see nothing wrong. Go out there. We'll take care of it next round. So Gamboa was looking like he didn't want to be in there. And for him to go that long, and it was one round that the commentator was talking about where up until like the 1 minute, 15 second point later on in the fight, Tank Davis had only threw 1 punch up until that point. Here's the punch stats, by the way. Very low for, 321 punches. Now, obviously, he got the knockout. I get it. He won the fight. I get it. But at this point in time, this is supposed to be the step to the big. This is supposed to be the fight. This is supposed to be, okay, you got rid of these guys, in 2019. Now, 2020 is supposed to be you stepping up to the big time. I want to see him versus Richard Comey. Give me him versus Robert Easter. And more importantly, he's the type of fighter that he should be at this point in time. Being a 3-division champion, he should be in the gym every day. He should be really, really dedicated. That shit was a smack in the face to Floyd yesterday at the weigh-in. Let's listen in. Please subscribe.
He is the new WBA lightweight champion of the world, Gervonta Tank Davis.
Tank's His t-shirt says it all, and still undefeated. And he is going to be speaking with our Jim Gray.
Let's listen.
All right, Morrow, thank you very much. Tank, congratulations. Your third title. How would you assess your performance?
First off, I want to thank God. You know, without him, nothing was possible. I want to thank my team, Mayweather Promotion, Al Heyman, my close team, and definitely the beautiful city of Atlanta, Georgia. Thank y'all.
Now your performance, how would you assess what you did here this evening, knocking him down in the 2nd, 8th, and 12th round? How do you feel you performed?
Coming to this fight, I knew that Gamboa was, he was a tough opponent. Everybody was writing him off, but I know he was a vet. As you see in the ring, I was catching him, I was hurting him, but he still was alert. So I know that he was different from any opponents that I ever fought before, and also him fighting Terrence Crawford. So I knew that he was a great opponent. So I believe my performance tonight was a C+.
C+. Did weight play a role in this, not making the weight, and perhaps the way you train deplete you in some shape or form?
No, actually, I was fighting at 130 my last camp.
Correct.
So
you had trouble making the weight.
Yeah, it wasn't really a problem. It was just short timing, things like that. I blame myself. I don't blame nobody around me. I don't blame nobody but myself. So I'm improving.
Do you feel more comfortable at this weight? You told us before the fight you weighed in at 146. Do you feel more comfortable at 135?
I feel comfortable at both weights. I think I can maintain 130 and 135.
All right. Could you tell that his right leg was hurt after the knockdown in the 2nd round, or that he had a shoe malfunction or something? Could you tell that his right leg was hobbled?
No, I was mainly focused on me catching him with clean shots. And I'm hurting him, but he's not falling. He's not going nowhere. So I knew I was in the fight. I knew I was going to do some rounds tonight.
You have never gone past the 9th round. You now went into the 12th round, and you get a 12th round knockout. What will that do for you going forward, and what was the experience like?
It was a great experience, actually putting Gamboa, a tough opponent like him, on my resume. It meant a lot, I'm only 25 years old, so I'm learning each and every day. 2020 will be a big year.
Before we talk about 2020, you filled up this arena. So you've now filled it up in Baltimore. You've come down here to Atlanta and filled it up. Clearly the fans are excited to see you perform. What does that do for you?
It's not what do for me, it's what do for us. I couldn't do this without them, and they couldn't do it without me. So I'm proud to be their champion, and I'm just thankful. And shout out to the kids that came from Baltimore. We had over 30 kids that came out. So thank y'all. I love y'all. Atlanta, Georgia, I love y'all. This is my first time, but it won't be my last.
Now 2020, as we look forward, Leo Santa Cruz, Lomachenko, what would you like to do?
I'm the top dog, and as you know, there's no safety on this Glock, so bring them on.
All right. I know you'll be watching the Ravens as well. Perhaps we'll see you at the Super Bowl.
Big trust.
All right. Let's bring you. How are you? You okay? And Felix De Jesus will translate.
¿Cómo te sientes, Yuriorkis?
Bien.
Bien. He feels okay, but he definitely had problems with the foot.
What happened? Was it your shoe or was it your ankle? What happened to you?
Fue el tobillo, fue el tendón.
Partí el talón de Aquiles.
I think I ruptured my Achilles tendon.
In the 2nd round after you went down?
Eso fue en el segundo round cuando te caíste. Yeah.
You were never able to.
Before I fell in the 2nd round, that's when I hurt it.
You were never able to put much pressure on it. Did you know it right then that it snapped? Most people, when they have an Achilles rupture, they know it right then.
¿Tú supiste que ahí mismo había ruptura en el tendón cuando le pusiste cuando aplicaste?
Me estoy quejando cerrado, lo que pasa es que uno es un guerrero y sigue para adelante.
Yeah, no, I'm a warrior and I kept going, but as soon as I felt it, I knew it was ruptured.
Uno está mirando que yo estoy cojeando.
Yeah, people are seeing me that I'm hopping, like I can't put pressure on it.
You told your corner you can't go, and you told everybody who came in there. Did you think about stopping after the 2nd round?
Después del segundo round, tú le dijiste a la esquina que no podía seguir, que te sentía un problema.
Jack Reese sent his ass back out there.
Ahí, pero bueno, tú sabes, uno es un guerrero, tiene que seguir para adelante.
Yeah, I wanted to keep going. I mean, I did tell my corner this is the problem, but I wanted to keep going. I'm a warrior.
Could you detect that Tank Davis was maybe having a little lack of stamina, probably due to the weight issue and not making weight? Could you detect in the later rounds that he wasn't as fresh and as sharp as he had been earlier?
¿Tú pensaste que estaba perdiendo estamina Davis debido a que no hizo peso la primera vez? ¿Es algo que tú podías tomar?
No, yo no estaba mirando eso. Yo trabajo de acuerdo con el boxeador, trabaja conmigo. Pero lo que no puedo ir era fincar bien mi pie.
Yeah, no, I didn't look at none of that. As a boxer, I try to see what I can do boxing him, and what I couldn't do is with my Achilles tendon, I couldn't go anymore.
Will you continue at your age? A very courageous performance. Do you want to continue at 135, or what will you do?
Bastante coraje lo que demostraste en esta noche. ¿Va a seguir en los 135 a la edad que tiene de 38 años?
Sí, no, 135 me parece un buen peso. No hay ningún problema con eso.
¿Y va a seguir?
Sí, claro que sí.
Yeah, I'm going to keep going, and 135 is my weight. That I want to stay there.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Gracias a usted.
All right, Mauro, back to you.
Wow, if he indeed did rupture his Achilles tendon, displayed next-level guts. Yuriorkis, Gamboa.
Yeah, if that's true, that's some major-ass shit. But yeah, the way his shit was given out, the way his shit was given out, and he was actually in there, like, planting on it or trying to, But, unfortunately, I don't want to see Yuriorkis Gamboa again. We've been covering him all these years. Did you hear that they said this was the 15th time he's been knocked down? Well, actually, it was the first knockdown. So up until that point, he's been knocked down 18 times in his career. Knocked down. And only stopped 3 times. Crazy. Here's the question. Teofimo got the fire back after Nanataki. Remember that Masayoshi Nakatani fight he had where people were like, yo, he better not bring up. That was me. I was like, he better not bring up Lomachenko's name ever again. He ain't shit. He gonna motherfucker. I ain't say he wasn't shit, but I'm just saying, I was talking shit. And shout out to Paulie Malignaggi for mentioning Teofimo Lopez in regards to, listen, he's at 135 pounds right now. I don't want to see him versus Leo Santa Cruz on pay-per-view. I want to see the fight, but not on pay-per-view. Don't you know they're trying to cook that shit up? They're trying to make Tank Davis pay-per-view. They're trying. This crowd is nice, giving him the last card of the year. Yeah, that's nice. But we need a little bit more, right? I don't think he beats Lomachenko. He may give him some problems, but until he can show us that he can go, I want to see him go 12, honestly. And if he's going to compete at 135, I want to see him in shape at 135. Because like they were saying, is like, for one, like, we don't know what his camp was like. Maybe he didn't take Yuriorkis Gamboa seriously. We don't know like if he really, really, really was gassed out. I mean, he was looking like he was gassed. I want to see a fully trained, make weight, he looked soft in there. Also, you have to also factor in that maybe his power didn't carry up, or he's not going to be as strong. Like, look, I wish they would have showed it. If you would have seen, I wish I would have clicked it. But if you would have seen, like, the way he was breathing and the way, like, his stomach is, like, going in and out. So Tank Davis is right now, like, he got the world about to be given to him. Just like they gave to Errol Spence with PBC on Fox. They're trying to make him a pay-per-view guy on Showtime with all access and all that shit. He's got to get his shit together, man. Devin Haney was injured, champion in recess. His franchise championship, Loma, shit don't matter. You have Javier Fortuna and Luke Campbell, who are mandatories, and they're ordered to fight each other. But didn't something happen to Javier Fortuna? I forgot the exact news. Shout out to my colleague who's at the fight. Man, this motherfucker been traveling all over the fucking country. Donnell Haynes, who's there, so we got some content coming out. Also, I am back full time. I'm not going to be doing a stream for the post-fight press conference because I had to rebuild. You got to wait and see what I did. So, that's it. They didn't end the card. So, I want to see Richard Comey next. I want to see Robert Easter. If they can call up a Yvonne Mendy. I don't want to see Yvonne Mendy. That'd be a nice fight, but no. Like, if he would have fought Yvonne Mendy, it should have been this year, 2019. And remember, when you're champion, you have to fight somebody in the top 15 of the sanctioning bodies. By the way, I just updated my rankings on the website as of today. And I'm just waiting for the IBF and the IBF and the WBA to release their rankings so I can add updated. Like as I was saying, like for example, where does Andy Ruiz fall, and all that type of stuff in the rankings. And I'm pretty sure they were probably waiting until after the fight that's happening on the 31st with I forgot the guy's name, and today's fight at 135 before they update the rankings. You see what I'm saying? Because Gamboa's obviously probably going to be removed and lowered down, and then Tank Davis is now the WBA world champion. By the way, a belt that shouldn't fucking exist. While Leo Santa Cruz is champion, super world champion at 130 pounds, not Rene Alvarado, and he's super world champion at 126, but expected to drop the 126 title, even though he hasn't officially yet. Also waiting for WBO official rankings too. Right? No, I haven't got here yet. I haven't finished updating all the way down to 126 yet. My bad. I was doing this earlier. So we only updated all the way down to 130 so far. I'll take care of the rest of it in the morning. But yeah, man, I'm not impressed with Tank Davis. I'm not impressed with this fight. He had a beautiful year with the Hugo Ruiz, even though yesterday at the weigh-in, he almost started some old bullshit. Well, he did a little bit by pushing Gamboa, also showing up late. This is the second time he showed up late to a weigh-in, like a televised weigh-in, mind you, or a broadcast, when at least it was broadcast on Fox. I mean, on the Showtime YouTube and social media. By the way, a lot of people think Badu Jack got robbed. I don't know. I got to watch the fight over again. Also, Jose Uzcat, the guy, lost in an upset. It was an upset because nobody expected Lionel Thompson to win, or the majority didn't expect Lionel Thompson to win. You see what I'm saying? So overall, this was a nice, solid card. If it is true that he fought with one leg, Yuriorkis Gamboa, more shout out to him. But right now, I really don't want to see him anymore, unfortunately. And then if it is true, he fucked up his Achilles, that's gonna put him out for at least a year. So when he comes back, he's gonna be 40. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Please subscribe.
His Achilles right then and there in this fight. And then in the 8th round, we come right back again. That left hook drops him again.